self-esteem. I share that I feel like I wear a scarlet F for failure.
Mm.
So the miracle would be to erase that F and
Yeah.
know that I'm enough. And
Yeah.
specifically, I could do a lot more of the teaching, which is what I have my master's in, rather than serving coffee
Yeah.
to entitled people.
Yeah.
I could teach more, have more students,
Yeah.
but I have to feel like, yes, I am a good teacher, rather than, I feel like the imposter syndrome.
Yeah. What are you getting from that?
Getting from what?
Shitting on yourself.
Shitting on myself. I don't have to, there's a security in just being
Right.
where I am.
Yeah.
It's known.
So go ahead and say that back to me. I just want to feel safe.
Say it again?
I just want to feel safe.
I just want to feel safe.
Yeah. Just feel into that for a second. Just feel into it.
I want to feel safe.
Yeah. It's a very reasonable desire, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everyone here wants to feel safe. Yeah. Yeah. What do you notice coming up when you acknowledge that?
My body relaxes a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah.
When I feel safe here,
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
but it took until this last session for me to really feel
Yeah.
safe, because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to talk to guys about their grandchildren or careers. But getting on an emotional level, I feel like I have emotions. I can talk.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so why do you do that? Why do you other yourself like that? Because you're doing that to yourself, right? You recognize that?
Yes, I do.
Like you're like almost cutting yourself off before you,
Right.
right?
I catch myself doing that a lot.
Yeah. Does anyone else do that, by the way? Yes? Okay. So not just, you're not the only one. Yeah, so why do you prematurely do that?
Feels safe in a way. I'm protecting myself.
Yeah.
I don't know, judgment.
Right, right. So let's acknowledge that again. I just want to feel safe.
I don't feel safe.
Yeah,
I'm not judged.
yeah. I don't want to be judged. I just want to feel safe.
I just want to feel safe.
Yeah. You feel safe right now?
I do.
What's different about this moment from that one?
I feel a sense of connection and I feel understood. I feel heard.
Yeah. Yeah. And why is that?
Why is that? Well, other people raise their hands when they show that they feel others too. I feel like I'm not the only one.
I'll give you one clue.
Okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with anyone else.
Okay.
Because I know that that's how it appears, right? I know it appears that all these people were nice, they seem to be with you, they raise their hands, expressing, going through the same experience as you, I'm being very nice to you, right? I know it seems like you feel safe because of what everyone else here is doing.
I see what you're saying.
But I guarantee it's got nothing to do with anyone else. So what's the difference?
I'm just acknowledging it to myself. I feel safe.
Close. I'll give you the answer. You're allowing yourself to have the experience of safety.
Okay.
I'm going to give you all my definition of what self-love is. Self-love is the extent to which we allow ourselves to have what we want. So if we want to feel safe, when I am in a state of self-love, I allow myself to feel safe. I give myself the experience of safety, right? No one else can do that, right? They can do stuff that feels more comfortable, or they can do stuff that feels uncomfortable, but they can't really take safety away from us, right? Only we can. So the other thing is that every single thing we do as human beings is an attempt to reach for safety. So the theme of this session was self-sabotage, right? Why do we get in our own way? Why do we sabotage ourselves? Why are we going 2 steps forward and then 1 step or 2 steps or 3 steps back, right? Why do we have these goals, things we want to achieve, stuff we want to create, dreams we have, but then we talk ourselves out of it, or we undo it. Like we'll go to the gym, we'll have a great workout, and then we'll come back and, binge on some food and undo all that. Not that it's a direct undoing, but you guys get what I mean. Why do we deny ourselves what we want? That's what self-love actually is, to me. And this is everything I'm saying is filtered through my experience. Don't take it as gospel. Check it out for yourself. This is just what I've found, right? So safety is something we all want. Everything we do is an attempt to reach for safety. And sometimes, a lot of times, it seems like you're withholding safety from yourself. And because you withhold the safety, now it feels very, very, very challenging to reach for the stuff you want, which is to teach and make money, right? Why are you doing that to yourself?
I feel unworthy of it.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah.
Because that's a great story you've been telling yourself your whole fucking life. I love it, but I'm not buying it,
Okay.
right? Because you tried to sell me on something before too, which is I have low self-esteem, right? What the fuck does that mean?
An excuse of something.
First of all, do you recognize that that's not an actual experience? That's a narrative you've created about yourself? Mm-hmm. Do you get the difference? Sorry?
Or others created for us.
No. It's never others created. Any narrative that we are holding on to, we created. Every single thing you believe about yourself, you decided to believe about yourself. Others can influence that. Like my dad, my whole life, never said anything positive to me. Like literally every single thing he said to me was critical or judgmental. And I saw him 4 days before he died, and still butting heads. Like he still wouldn't back down. And I remember cremating his dead body and being like, wow, this motherfucker, like, not even 4 days before. And a lot of my self-talk was his voice, right? I treated myself and I parented myself, we're all parenting ourselves, with his style. But I cannot make him responsible for the stories I created about myself because I chose them. Even when I was, I don't think he was ready to have a kid, right? He was working 3 jobs, my mom was working 2 jobs. After he died, my aunt told me that, my mom's never told me this, neither did he, that my mom conceived again. and he told her to get an abortion because they couldn't afford to raise another kid. And I don't think he was ready to have a kid. I think I showed up and he was like, well, fuck, right? And I get it, like, I get it, it's a lot. And for so long, I felt unwanted. Because I could feel, I was, yeah. Yeah, I could feel it, right? I could feel the energy. But even that, I made myself unwanted, right? Him rejecting me does not mean I reject myself without my own consent. So we are always 100% complicit in creating the exact circumstances that we say we don't like. Even if we were 6 months old, not capable of actual logical thought, we don't have a sense of self, we're just a nervous system, and mommy doesn't come to pick us up when we're crying because we pooped ourselves and we're hungry, there is still an encoding happening at the nervous system level, an internalization of I'm alone. I'm not wanted because mommy didn't come. She doesn't care about me. I'm not lovable. That is pre-verbal narrative formation that is encoded in our nervous system, even that we are creating. And the reason why this is so important is because if we don't see our hand of creation authoring those stories, we don't have the power to change them. We can't shift something that we didn't create. Right? So you see that that is a story, that is a narrative that you've constructed, right? You authored that. But it's hiding an experience behind it. So what is the experience behind it?
That I'm the opposite of that I'm great, that I'm worthy, that I'm fine, that I'm awesome. I have felt that, I'm either the greatest guy in the world or the worst guy in the world.
You're neither.
Neither.
Because if we're not unworthy, if unworthiness is a lie, which it is, right? Then worthiness is a lie too. Because that's the other side of the coin. We can't get rid of heads without also getting rid of tails. Now, turns out that's the best fucking news. Because now I can subscribe entirely from the concept of worth. I don't have to think about that. That's got nothing to do with how much money I make. Right? Like, think about that for a second. How much money I make has everything to do with how much value I offer in exchange, and absolutely nothing to do with my worth. Because worth doesn't change, it doesn't fluctuate. It's not the fucking stock market. Right? It's not the S&P 500. Your worth is fixed. And you have equal worth to everyone here. You're not better than anyone else. No one else is better than you. Right? Why? How do we know that? Prove it. Don't just agree with me.
It's true.
How do you know it's true? That's bullshit.
I accept it.
Why? How do you know? You spent your entire fucking life thinking that you're unworthy. You're going to suddenly believe that you're perfectly worthy just like anyone else?
Well, I authored the mistaken idea that I was unworthy. I can author a different one.
Right. But I'm going to give you a way to conceptualize why this idea that we're playing with is true. Because you exist. You have inherent worth because you exist. So here's the thing about the universe. It's mathematically perfect. So my deepest obsession in life is studying the mathematics of the universe. And what I've found is that the universe is mathematically perfect. This entire thing we live inside of, that we're a part of, that we are, is basically a mathematical equation. And for the universe to exist the way it does, there cannot be any mistakes. The equation has to be perfectly balanced, right? Otherwise, this whole thing wouldn't exist. So if you exist, if you exist, if you exist, if you exist, then you exist for a reason, right? You exist because you have value. If you didn't have inherent value, you wouldn't exist. So by virtue of your existence, you have worth. And your worth doesn't fluctuate. Even if you go out there and take a shit in the pool, you can test this out if you want. You're not going to become less worthy. And even if you go and spend all the remaining money you have giving it away to homeless people, you're not going to become more worthy. What I recommend is unsubscribing from that entire concept altogether. It's a waste of time, right? You've spent enough time and energy on it. And what I would recommend is you redirect that time and energy in the direction of what your desires are guiding you towards, which is teaching, right?
Right.
And what would that be like?
I would feel fulfilled. That was my purpose.
So let's check back in with the miracle. What was the miracle again that you wrote down?
Erase that F and know that I was worthy.
So how are we doing on that?
What's that?
So how are we doing on that?
Doing pretty good.
Nice.
Because I exist.
The F doesn't exist until you create it, right? When we try to get rid of something that doesn't actually exist, the act of trying to get rid of it creates it. And then we spend our entire fucking life trying to get rid of something, and by trying to get rid of it, we're creating it at the same time. It's like trying to outrun our shadow. It's fucked up. Sabotage, right? Here's what I want to leave you with. I want you to start giving yourself the gift of feeling safe in each moment. Because only you can give yourself that gift, right? Only you have that power. And if you can consistently give yourself that gift, then you will feel resourced to venture out of that safety a little bit, go out of your comfort zone, and just dip your toes in, and then dip your ankle, and then dip your foot, and then dip your leg, and then step in fully into teaching. But you can titrate your way in, right? Go teach someone something for 20 minutes, right? Don't ask for anything in exchange, just do it. See how it feels. Make it an hour, make it 2 hours. And then charge a little bit more. Baby step your way into it. But give yourself the gift of safety in each moment. It'll fucking change your life. Thank you.